Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I am Nerdarchist Ted, and today we are going to play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to go around, allow all our players to introduce who they are, where you might find them, who they're playing. But I want to, start off by saying this is a sponsored game by RPG Crate. Their monthly crate service is awesome. If you want great RPG-related material delivered right to your door every month, they're a great place to go. The link and the promo code to get a discount is down in the description below. So without further ado, let's dive in and meet our players. Let's start off with Oslin.
Hello, I am Asa. I am with Roll for Mischief, and we stream once a week on Tuesdays with our own at-home homebrew game. It's really not much more to it than that.
So
we have rotating GMs, and I just started GMing this last game. So Tuesdays on Twitch.
And who are you playing, sir?
Tonight I am playing Oslin Kingsman. I am a cross-class wizard monk, and I'm a very complex character to play sometimes because I still don't know what the best way to manage both these classes is.
Awesome. All right, Dante.
Hello. I am indie speculative author Megan R. Miller. My books are available on Amazon.com, and if you enjoy the zeitgeist of the 1920s and demon mobsters, my newest novel, Torchlighters, will be available for pre-order on February 7th, all things going according to plan, so be on the lookout for that. I'm playing Wizard Ranger Dante Malvaro,
Who recently, if you've been following along, now has that random wolf that she decided to feed back in the first session that every so often has, reared its wolfen face, has now decided to follow her and is now called what?
Snow.
Snow. All right, so we'll see how that winds up transpiring, but I like the random effects that sometimes can happen on good rolls or bad rolls to wind up be meaningful in the course of the game. And when you did an animal handle check on the wolf, you nat 20'd it, and I'm like, all right, this has got to mean something to me. So it's apparently had an impact on Dante. Let's take it over to Bolgath.
I'm Fraginator, playing Olgath, the dwarven sorcerer. But don't tell him that. He has no idea he can cast spells, and they just kind of happen wildly. If he's not doing anything else, he's missing with his hammer. So far. I think I've hit once this whole series.
So my recent character choice has been to start picking spells that Bolgath has accidentally cast with his random magic, and to start playing it off as though these are his own spells.
Yeah, he takes credit for a lot of my kills. It's great.
It's wonderful.
Oh man, I can only.
When I do something stupid with a wild surge, like light myself on, like bright light, I blame it on Oslin.
So
Why did you fairy fire me?
I can only imagine the conversations that these guys get up to en route in between, these amazing places that you guys have been traveling. But we don't want to leave off without introducing our last player. So take it away, Parthas.
I am Parthas Zerg, and I take great issue with Brenton Verlo in the chat, who has just finished a session where they killed 3 blue dragons. As a blue dragonborn, this makes me angry. I am Jake from Mini Terrain Domain. You can find me as Mini Terrain Domain on Twitch, on YouTube, MTD_Jake on Twitter, and I run, or play in, but host on my channel, a Tomb of Annihilation game on Sundays, a Waterdeep Dragon Heist game on Mondays, and a kind of seasonal campaign that started with the Yawning Portal, Sunless Citadel. We're now in Season 2, called Dawnbringers, The Forge of Fury, that Ted is a player in. And then I do crafting stuff over on the YouTube channel for Mini Terrain Domain as well.
Yeah, Jake's game that he runs on Thursday nights is a blast. We had session 3 last night, and like I said, it's a lot of fun. So when last we left off, you guys had, under mission or request from Braden's Valley, you traversed to the mountaintop to talk to the Territorians and set up trade negotiations. Everything went swimmingly. You managed to enact a ritual. You managed to secure trade routes. And most importantly, you made it out of the mountains alive from the monstrous bird folk race. And, having conversed with the people of Braden's Valley, there didn't seem to be anything else for you guys to do. So you decided to travel on. And you made your way to the port city of Covington. And you had heard rumors upon traveling in that strange effects were happening to the townsfolk, and that there appears to be some curse amongst the village. You found that some of the newborns were born disfigured, miscolored, strange appendages or growths that were on them. Upon conversing with the townsfolk, you found that it definitely seems to be more attributed to the sea. There is a wizard of some renown in the area, though he is a recluse and does not leave his tower, by the name of Paul. You were confronted by the mayor, the governor, I should say, and he is willing to pay you a substantial sum if you can seek out amongst the coastline, find out what it is that might be causing this curse to the town, and rid them of this godforsaken plague, so that their children can be born normal again. When you begin speaking to Paul, again, he's not one to really leave his tower, but he does manage to, through a little bit of magical communication, say that there is an old shrine that has kind of come underwater as the waves have increased because of all of this curse, this wrongdoing, call it what you will. He says that he's not going to leave the tower, but if you wish to investigate, he can provide you with the means to breathe underwater and go investigate the shrine.
I am highly interested in this. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I like the idea of being underwater. Some of my cousins swim. Though I worry about my breath. Wow, that didn't quite come out right. Don't worry about my breath. I worry about my breath weapon underwater.
I'm down to go, but magically I have to disappear.
All right.
So I gotta run for a few minutes.
Yep.
Does someone want to roll me on autopilot?
Absolutely.
I cast invisibility
Perfect.
on you.
Yeah. Wild surge. He's invisible.
All right. I'll be back in about 20 minutes or so. I'll see you guys
All right.
in a little bit.
All right, so
I don't know how to swim.
What?
I don't know how to swim.
You don't know how to swim at all?
I've never been near water other than on a raft to cross it, or a bridge to go over it.
So you move your arms and pedal the water behind you, and you kick your legs, and then it just kind of propels you.
Sounds like magic.
Which you wouldn't know anything about, of course.
Nope.
It's more like working out. That should be more your speed.
I can sink real good, I'm sure. With all my armor.
I make a mental note to buy some rope before we go and tie it around Volgas, but I'm gonna be handing it off to Parthas because there's no way my noodly arms are gonna be able to lift him even underwater.
Especially because I happen to be a dwarf that's 5.5 feet tall.
This is.
We have an anchor.
We do this with our young sometimes. Tie a leash on them so they don't drown or get lost.
Well, we know that Parthas is, I don't care how much Bolgath is eating or wearing, he has got nothing on the weight of Parthas, so.
Yeah, about that, I'll figure that out. I totally forgot I was going to do that, but I think I might have miscalculated his weight a little bit.
Okay. I was reading a novel.
I think right now we've kind of determined that he weighs half a ton.
Yeah, you were talking about being 1,000 pounds, and I was reading a novel recently about someone who was 10 feet tall, and he was only like 700 or 800 pounds, and I'm like, well, comparing him to Parthas,
I did the math. I think I did the math wrong in the when you do calculate your weight by the player's handbook.
Okay.
And you're supposed to roll a number for your height variable, and then use that number times whatever the other number is.
Okay.
You did the whole number times the number?
And I did something completely different and came up with 1,000. So I will figure that out.
Wow. All I know is, as of right now, Parthas Zerg is a beast when it comes to weight.
But yeah.
Next session, he'll be on a mega diet, though.
He's experimenting with keto and intermittent fasting.
Not paleo?
Yeah.
I think paleo might be more his speed. All right, so the 4 of you and now a wolf. Do you guys have any misgivings about the wolf actually following you around?
Dante is just really excited and keeps petting him and is like, imagine a small child with like a chihuahua, and that's like Dante with this wolf. He's just way too excited and happy about it.
Dante seems really excited about the wolf. I'm okay with this.
I have no issues with it.
All right, awesome. I was didn't know where that was going to go. I just figured I'd throw that out there and see if you guys wanted to actually get into the fact that a winter wolf, even if it's a small one, is following you around.
I'm kind of curious to see how it does underwater.
Probably better than me. I can't even doggy paddle. I dwarf sink.
As long as the spell that's letting us breathe down there applies to him, we should be okay.
So, when you speak to Opal, he actually winds up giving you, this small sack of globules. And he says, basically, you're going to pop it over your head before you go into the water, and you'll have this bubble surrounding you, and you'll be able to breathe.
Can they be popped? Is that something we need to be concerned about?
No.
Okay, good.
Will it interfere with my new headdress?
It is a magical effect. So no.
Okay, because I'm wearing this big headdress now that we found in the last thing.
Okay, cool.
How long do we have after putting the bubble on our heads?
When you return to the surface, the spell will expire.
Okay.
I have read of some magical lands where this is called gillyweed.
I seem to recall having read those books as a child as well. Onward.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Bolgath doesn't read, he watches the movies. Sorry.
Alright, I do pause to buy rope, though.
All right. Well, as
I do have a rope, too.
you can...
Oh, cool. We'll just first.
you guys are 5th level adventurers. You are more proficient than you were previously. So standard gear, you would have purchased it. So if at any point in time you really feel like you need something that is a standard thing, just deduct the gold. You have it. I don't play shopping spree. Not as much fun for me.
Oh, then I totally bought a Vorpal sword.
Okay, well...
I got a dwarven thrower.
All right, well,
I don't need a Vorpal sword. I've got vengeance.
You've got a sword that was forged by Amy Vorpal, And by all accounts, she doesn't really have a whole lot of forging skills, so it's mostly a block of metal, but it's kind of in the shape of a sword.
I'm totally tweeting Amy that you said.
Is that if you roll a 1, you accidentally cut off your own head?
Ted is talking all kinds of crap about your forging skills. Just saying.
Hey, I don't have a lot, but I have actually done some blacksmithing for like 15 minutes to a half hour. Many years ago. What was that?
I said, was your arm numb too?
Oh, basically, yeah. It was not fun, or at least not.
I'd love to do that, but man.
but I do watch a lot of what's the show? Crap, I can't think of the name. The knife forging show.
Forged to Fire?
That's it. Yeah, I've watched basically every episode of that. So I'm basically trained at this point in time, right? That's the way it works.
I think
You're
so.
proficient by osmosis.
By the transitive property.
So as we dive into the waters, you have popped your bubbles over your heads. I imagine Dante secures one over Snow as well. And you sink, swim, glide, however you will, down into the waters to the hidden shrine, the old shrine, call it what you will, as directed to you by Apal.
The best thing about this is the fact that this bubble is keeping my hair dry and fabulous looking.
Is Dante concerned about that?
Only always.
Only always. Okay.
We're constantly learning new things about our companions.
Adventuring will do that.
So as you head into the sunken lair, you immediately find yourself at a what would be a T intersection, but the one side that would go off to the right looks like it's had a massive cave-in. Nothing seems over large. You could attempt to clear it, or you could attempt to go to the other side. Where you
Everybody looks at Parthas.
I suppose I could move these rocks if we really want to go this way, but I mean, that way's already clear.
I mean, that sounds good to me. The other way is left, right?
I was just going to say the same thing.
The other way is left, correct.
Oh yeah, then we would go that way anyway.
I just, I have to give you your options, even if I know which way you're going to choose.
Yeah, I think we established early on that
always go left.
Primary...
Because you guys never make the right decision. Is that the way? Is that
Hashtag D and Dad joke.
It doesn't stop whether I'm a player or a GM, so.
Well, I 100% encourage that.
So as you are fully underwater, fully in this sunken shrine, this little tunnel. It's maybe 5 feet wide, 10 feet wide, and it snakes and swirls as you begin moving through. You understand that you guys don't have a whole lot of experience fighting and moving underwater. You do have the issues of, hey, I don't have a problem breathing that you would normally have staying underwater. So you've really got a whole new sensation to play with. There is no real smell because there's air around your head, but it's the same air that you had outside, noted by